So Arsenal played a surprising kind of all-out attack lineup, the way they haven't been doing since kind of, I guess, the early parts of last season, by starting Odegaard, Havertz, Martinelli, Jesus, and Saka all together. Do you think that sort of caught Palace off guard and helped cause any of the problems, Dan?
I wouldn't have thought it would have taken them off guard because it's like the first time those guys have all been like properly fit all at the same time, and now Arsenal are trying to close the gap on Liverpool a bit more because as City have started to drop points, they're going to try and take full advantage before their almost inevitable slow down in March, February kind of time. You know, Arsenal always does that at some point. So I don't think it caught them really off guard because it is their sort of strongest team. I just think they got caught off guard of sort of some of the movement of them, especially Jesus, who hasn't played regularly for quite a while. Kai Havertz can kind of switch it on when he wants to. He is a world-class sort of player that can play in multiple different sort of positions, very sort of technically gifted, but it's whether he can be bothered to show up or not is always the problem with that. Sometimes you just feel like he just doesn't want to be there, and he'll just sort of mope around a little bit, do his thing, and then never really do anything. But
I'm not sure how much he did show up in this. He nonchalantly stroked one in unmarked.
Exactly.
Didn't do a whole lot otherwise.
But he'll still take it. But he's still a threat regardless. Odegaard, a top quality playmaker. I think I singled him out as well in the 2 or 3 times I was talking about Arsenal last week. So I think we both were on the same wavelength there. And Saka, if he probably played longer than about 20 minutes instead of getting injured, he might have been a lot more of a threat, but we didn't really get to see much of him. But that didn't make a blind bit of difference as they still conceded 5. So, well...
I think it was a good time for Arteta to use that kind of system because I think Palace kind of accept they're never going to really dominate the midfield to a certain extent, particularly if Eze out. You've got Hughes and Lerma as the two who are really there to disrupt the opposition's midfield more than control the game in that area. It's not really the game plan. I think Arteta identified that they can just cram in loads of talented attacking players because they don't need so much steel through the middle against Palace as they might against other teams.